Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live from beautiful upstate New York. It is Watkins, Glen International. We are here for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series brought to you by James Wagner's Welding. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight here in the YouTube chat. I'm so excited. Another Wednesday night here with this truck racing with these drivers and the show they put on each and every week. We get some exciting racing tonight, as I mentioned, from Watkins Glen. Let's go over that race info really quickly before they get started. Sam Frazier will be in with me in a little bit. He's just running in late from work. It looks like we'll be able to finally get him back. 74 degrees for the ambient temperature. Track temp at about 79, so a little bit on the cooler side. Humidity 81%, going to be nice and slick for some of these drivers out there, probably most of them, and a 12 miles per hour wind. So some of those drivers will also be struggling with that. We're going to go ahead and start with our qualifying order. Daniel Love, I said, it's funny. He sent me a message this week. He said, Angel, I know you're pretty busy. I know you probably got a lot of messages here, but Watkins Glen is my place to be. He said he loves Watkins Glen and he's excited to come out here. And I told him, I jumped in the chat with him earlier. I said, hey, I expect good things out of you tonight. You were talking up a good game, and well, he'll do just that. He'll put it on pole here tonight. So congratulations. And for those of you watching and supporting Daniel Love, give a shout out to him in the chat. We'll bring him in just a moment. Watkins Glen be nice and large so that we can have a interview for our pole sitter. Steven Shu in second, one of our fast drivers as well. Matt Worrell, we've not had a chance to have him through some of these races, so nice to have him back. He's starting on the outside of row number 2. We sipped over Chris Ramsey, Daniel's teammate, actually, so he's excited for tonight's race. Jimmy Rowdy, going to be top 5 fast so everywhere. Matthew Ace going to be in 6th. Row number 4, James Wagner and Tim Richardson. Jonathan Vandenberg, Andrew Smith in row number 5. Row 6 belongs to Chad Hawkins and Larry Fairman. And then Jeffrey Ledford and Matthew Gall going to round out your field of 14 trucks. Let's get this off. Let's get this over. We want to absolutely bring in Daniel. Daniel, this is Angel here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
I got you.
Well, I mentioned it. You messaged me this week. You said, Angel, I love Watkins Glen, and I come here to play. And here you are. You're gonna sit on pole tonight. How was that qualifying lap for you?
It was a little sketchy. I thought I blew it going into the bus stop. You said earlier that was a good bus stop, and yeah,
the qualifying wasn't.
But the qualifying. Well, my fastest lap. I'm surprised you can't see my skid marks going through there because I locked it up, but. Yeah, I just told Chris back behind me I'm going to break a little early into turn 1. Not beat myself, but
there you go. That's all you got to do. Don't beat yourself. We'll go ahead and we'll send you back here. Good luck, and hey, we expect to see you in the top 5 here tonight.
All right, thank you, Angel.
Love getting an opportunity. Don't always get an opportunity to speak with the pole sitter to start, but we do tonight. Get that going up top here. Once again, big shout out as always to James Wagner's Welding and AdminBoxx for their support of the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series in their 3rd season now. I'm gonna have to quit broadcasting and join this series. Man, these guys are just so much fun to watch. And thank you for joining us here at the Steel Curtain, rooting for Andrew. Yes, he needs to take his all-time winning record back and some support for the 71. Your iRacing.com pace truck is going to hit pit lane. Barney the Flagman, he's going to be dry tonight. We shouldn't have any rain. The green flag waves. We're green flag racing here from Watkins Glen International. Driver's going to send it down here into turn number 1. Going to take it nice and easy. As Daniel said, everybody's nice and smooth through there. We're going to see them come through turn number 2 as we get through the S's now. Daniel Love with a nice distance there. These trucks are going to get mostly single file. Oh, no, there goes the 84, I think, of Chad Hawkins. No, I'm sorry. Jonathan Vandenberg, that number 26 truck. He's going to lose it there through the S's on these cold tires. So easy to do. Oh, and there goes the 19 or 79 of Matt Worrell right in front of the entire field there. Oh my goodness, heavy contact for him. That's going to result in a blown engine, and he is going to need to use that fast repair. These drivers do have a fast repair, luckily, for tonight. 40 laps around, so we're going to see multiple pit stops, more than likely. We see one truck a little bit upset back there. I think that was that 30 truck of James Wagoner. Anyways, yeah, so we're going to have pit stops are going to be required for tonight's race. We're going to have green flag pit stops. Something that this league is used to. You have a lot of series, you know, that race that don't always have that opportunity to get green flag run sorry, goodness, can't speak this evening. Green flag lap for the caution. Oh my goodness, I really cannot. For green flag pit stops. There we go. I got my dog over here. He's trying. He's getting away from me. I'm sorry. We're testing him out for the first time, not in his crate. I really would like for him not to have to be in his crate during these broadcasts, but he's a puppy, so we're getting there. Nonetheless, Daniel Love, as mentioned already, stretching it out to about a 1.2 second lead. Tim Richardson, Andrew Smith, and Matthew Ace. There are three trucks right now next to each other. As now it looks like Andrew Smith to the inside of Richardson, but he's going to go ahead and back off as they go through the bus stop. We're going to get a lot of onboard action in tonight's race because it's so important and so vital to be able to see how these drivers are able to race and how they attack certain corners. I was talking with some of the guys in the LHR team of Daniel Love, Ramsey, and Hawkins before the race, and they mentioned to me that these rumble strips aren't as friendly as they typically might. Now, the real wide ones, of course, yeah, you're fine because you can fit the whole truck up there. But the ones where it's just you can barely fit just the width of your tire, they said it's not always going to be your friend, and it can actually make things worse. So you want to try to avoid it if at all possible. You see that use a full amount here because you're able to get your entire truck wheel on there, and it really grips. They get through turn 2, as they go up through the S's. You have to be so smooth to the S's. I mean, this is probably the most vital point of the track to be smooth because you hit such a high speed point right here. And he's going to top out right here, giving a moment for Daniel Love at 165 miles an hour, 172 for Steven Shue through there. So a really good run through the S's for Steven, and actually allowed him to gain a little bit. James Wagoner actually would have the fastest lap in lap number 2. Go on to some of the other drivers we have. With a race like today, we're definitely gonna have an opportunity. We'll try to get through all of our drivers here as well. Maybe a little bit of a background. We'll go through where they may or may not be sitting in regards to points. Let's see if we can get something on that going. But in the meantime, there, Daniel Love, wow, blazing 1 minute 14.66 second lap. We'll have to see where this puts him. Let's see. I don't see anybody else in the back. You know, sometimes you have some people, they want to start in the back of the pack. They don't want to qualify, or they had a back qualifying and they're forced to start in the back, and they're having to make their way through the field. Right now, though, Daniel Love, blazing speed, the only driver in the 114 mark. Nobody else was under 115.3 that last time around. That was Steven Shue in second. So, I mean, he was 0.7 quicker than second place. And so here it's going to be very important for him. You know you have the speed, so you really just have to take it calm and just don't overdrive your truck. You know you're the fast truck tonight, so just don't take yourself out of it. You know you're the fast one. And we mentioned, here we go. So we have a close battle here. There we go. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. This is Jimmy Rowdy, Chris Ramsey, and James Wagoner. That is the 29, the 13, and the 30, respectively. 13 peaks a little bit low there for Chris Ramsey under the 29. He's just going to back it off, maybe have a safer corner going in. Now on lap 4, or 4 laps completed. Believe it or not, already 10% through this race. So this is going to be a race that can go by quickly. And it honestly will go by quickly. You see the top of the board, Matthew Gall did not start today's race, so he's already exited the sim, so he's that's why it shows that he is out. Will not complete a lap. He's trying to get some points. You see Jonathan Vandenbergen at number 26. He's that first truck that lost it in the S's on lap 1. And so you see him just getting out of the way, being respectful to these trucks on the lead lap. As the 30 is trying to get there on 13, but he's just not got that. Yeah, he's not got enough to get the pass made just yet. Well, Dalton, I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have you back. When was the last race that you raced? You probably could have been last weekend. I would have forgotten by now. But you know, not having you full time definitely sucks, because we know that you are a fast driver and you'd be up here racing it with these guys. So that last time around, Jimmy Rowdy was actually your fastest driver, 1:15.4. So, and that's another thing for some of these drivers, is you can drive hard and you can be as fast as you want. But a Watkins, Glen, and these are the trucks in general, as the 29's really loose there. Getting to the end of the S's, where your tires are going to wear. It's hot. It's slick. Or it's not quite hot, but it is slick out there. And so, you know, as the tires warm up, it'll get better. Ooh, a little bit of that's probably going to be an off track for the 29, where you have to also save those tires a little bit, and you got to be fast on the long run. There's not going to be a caution to save yourself here, as James Wagner did make his way by Chris Ramsey, and now he's looking to make that pass. Oh, yeah, Rowdy said, go on by, man. I know you're faster than me. We did miss where something happened to Jeffrey Ledford, so let's go back to that. He's currently in the 10th position. May have just gotten loose. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just got, you know, some of that wheel spin. Sorry, the wheel hop off of. Oh man, that was a close moment for Daniel Love, as Jonathan Vandenberg had an incident on his own. Didn't even see that. That was a close call there for Daniel Love. We'll have to see, because there's race control. Race control. He got himself muted, so we're not gonna be able to talk to him. We probably won't have an opportunity to actually speak with Paul tonight. So, Paul, if you're listening, you're welcome to jump in at any time to at least still say hello to everybody, because I'm sure everybody will miss your voice at one point. With the lack of a need of cautions here tonight, so he won't be needed for that moment. We do enjoy right now the beautiful sunny views that we are getting here at Watkins Glen, and oh my goodness, Auto Club. That does feel quite a bit of ways. We'll be broadcasting tomorrow night, actually. So if you guys are all watching, I don't typically do a Thursday show, but I have some availability tomorrow. I'm gonna fill in for Dave in the Racers Elite series. They're gonna be at Auto Club, so that'll be a fun one. If you get an opportunity, come check me out over there. It'd be nice to have some of our viewers drop in and chat with us there. But right now, Daniel Love is just Oh, and Chris Barker, he's putting in this chat as well. He's really sad that he had to miss this race. So, Chris, if you're listening, you're watching, I was just about to ask where you may or may not be at. You know, definitely missing you here in tonight's race. We get through lap 8, so again, now 20% the way through this race. Daniel Love, your current leader. So let's go ahead and, you know, we'll wait until he gets to the front stretch. And I want to get a full lap of showing what his truck is feeling right now. That last time around, James Wagner was the fastest truck. He was about half second quicker. And then Larry Fairman, he's making his way down pit lane. I don't know if he's got some damage or something, what that may or may not be. So he's going to pit from his lap number, it'll be lap 8 for him now. 71 coming off of the final turn. So let's go ahead and jump on board. And everybody, yes, we can see his the steering wheel. I got this adjusted a little bit so we can get a good view. I'll turn up the volume here. Let's listen to his throttle as well. see him getting all on top of those rumble strips. And this is not going to be a good carousel turn for him. Well, he'll recover nicely, though. He'll still get a good run off, because that's what you want to do. You need to have a good run. You can't drive it in too deep into the carousel there, or else you have a bad run down. This is a good long stretch. There's time to be made up. This is probably my most hated corner, because it took me so long to get it figured out, and even then sometimes I'm still wonky on it. And then you come into the final turn, downshift, slow, and then right on the throttle once he feels safe. And Steven Shu, he's about 4 seconds back, so let's see his view here from second place truck and how that's feeling. Great entry into the S's, but good recovery. Maybe miss off a little. We can have a better drive through the S's. Deep here. Down to third. Interesting. It looks like he's going to stay in third. Through. And staying third through the carousel as well. Interesting. See, I would have been in second through a lot of that, but also that's how you spin it. This is a nice, safe driving as well when you're running second and having a good race. This is why Steven Shu knows how to finish top 3, and I constantly don't. That's a great view. I love getting on board with these drivers, getting to see really what they're feeling and what the truck is doing for them as well. And okay, so you're doing ISNF next. ISNF is definitely a fun league. I was been planning on trying to broadcast actually one of these weekends because our usual Frank, he's out of course for baseball, and weekends are just so dang busy for me. We got vet appointments this weekend, and so eventually maybe I'll hope to get to one of those. So good luck out over there, Dalton. What car are you gonna be running as well? That'd be nice to see. Anybody else as well that is in our chat? It doesn't have to just be me and Dalton back and forth here. Ooh, that's not gonna look good. Where you've got a favorite driver you're rooting on, make sure you let us know. We'll be sure to jump in with them, check them out. We're gonna go through the field actually while we're here, about quarter of the way through the race. So we saw Daniel Love in first, Steven Shu in second. Go over here, James Wagoner. He's up 4 spots. So far, your biggest mover of the race. And that last time around was your fastest driver. So he's been kind of picking off Daniel Love a little bit. That lead was about 7, if not 8 seconds a little while ago. And he's got that down to 6. So over the long run, he's a little bit more consistent. We'll have to see if James Wagoner can try to track down Daniel Love and steal that victory away from him. Jimmy Rowdy in the 4th position. He's also up 1 spot from his starting position in 5th. Hanging on to a nice run here from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Then Chris Ramsey, teammates with Daniel Love, running up front there. He's in the 5th position. Started in 3rd, down to 5th right now, but I know he said he was also happy to just make himself have himself a decent race. Matthew Ace from Roaring River, North Carolina. He's in the number 6 position. Tim Richardson, one of the admins as always that I mentioned, in that number 2 truck, running in the 7th position, also up a spot from where he had originally started. Oh wow, this last time around, Matthew Ace and Tim Richardson both put down their fastest laps of the evening, so goes to show that they're still learning as this night goes on. Chad Hawkins, the last teammate there for Daniel Love and Chris Ramsey in the 84. He had a bit of an incident to start. Nice recovery. He's actually up 3 positions from his starting position as well. He is starting back in 11th. Andrew Smith, he's in the 9th place in his number 14 truck, having an all right day here. Maybe a little bit lower than what his usual self is, but road course race is different, a whole lot different from oval. Jeffrey Ledford, we saw where he had that incident. He got loose and lost it in the over in turn 1, so he's about 10 seconds behind Andrew Smith. He's still up 3 spots as well. He had started back in 13th. Matt Worrell, he's just trying to recover from that first lap incident where he just nosed it into the wall and had to get his fast repair done. So he's back from his 4th starting position, now down into 11th. Daniel Love, still your leader at this moment in time. We're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break here of the evening. We'll be right back, everybody, hopefully right before these drivers start hitting their pit lanes. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here from Watkins, Glen International for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series, brought to you by James Wagner's Welding, and also special thanks to AdminBoxx for their support of the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. A little bit of a battle here on track. Luckily, the 14 and the 84, they're doing battle for that 9th position. I'm sorry, Andrew just passed him for that position. So completing that pass there on Chad Hawkins, so that's an extra spot for that 14 truck. We jump back here to your leader, Daniel Love. Reason being is we like to at least try to go over the points as well. And going into tonight, Daniel Love just so happened to be your points leader. So he's enjoying himself a very nice evening as you're coming in as the points leader. That's a nice feeling. You go to your favorite track, one that you feel the most confidence at, with a points lead. Granted, only a 1-point lead. However, it's enough to really go in there and say, hey, you know what? I can go extend this. I know I'm good here. I feel comfortable here. Let's go out, hit my marks. And right now, 14 laps in, he's led all 14 of them as your points leader. So more than likely going to be looking at getting that most laps led bonus as well. So that'll be a nice boost for him, as well as having qualified on the pole. Coming in tonight, second place in the points is going to be Jimmy Rowdy. So he's right now running in the 4th position. 1 point behind, coming in. 4th is great, but man, when the guys, he grabbed pole, is going to lead most of the laps probably, and, possibly win the race. Not the way Jimmy would like for it to go. So he's looking to try to track down James Wagner now, who passed him earlier, but Jimmy's been fast here the last couple of laps. Rick Baldwin, he is 3rd going into tonight's race. Unfortunately, Rick not able to make it for tonight's race, so that'll hurt him a little bit. Jason Kinney as well, 4th in the standings, tied with Steven Shu. So he unfortunately was not able to make it. That does allow Steven Shu, however, to probably have a nice boost. He should definitely jump to 3rd in the standings, especially with Matthew Gall not being able to complete today's race either. He was 6th. Matthew Barker's out, Jeff Scott's out, so Chris Ramsey will have a nice jump, and so will Matt Barker, I'm sorry. Matt Barker is here. It's Chris Barker that's not here, down in 11th. And Richardson down in 10th in the points. So these drivers, who are able to come up for tonight's race here at Watkins Glen will most certainly be happy, as we got a little bit of a battle. Oh, contact between the 29 and the 30 through the boss stop. Woo! You got some action right there. That's what we weren't expecting. Oh, we had an incident. Matt Worrell and maybe Chad Hawkins a little further back. Let's check out what happened here. Oh, my goodness. These two doored each other in the bus stop. And no action at all. And then suddenly that happens. Oh, this is 79 Matt Worrell. Let's see if he just gets a little bit loose, or... Oh, yeah, he gets loose off the turn. Oh, into the inside wall. Maybe Chad Hawkins' incident was separate, so we'll check out something with Chad. No, I think that was just maybe a miscue here on our live timing and scoring. Hey, there's Duke. I was wondering where you were at. We're missing Carlos as well. Carlos has a... he usually comments as well. Comes in towards the end. Got a couple of these fans out here that we haven't heard from. Come and join us. Like I said, let us know. We love chatting with you guys. Unfortunately, Sam Frazier, he's having laptop issues. It's crashing. He's panicking right now. He's not having a good time. So we're hoping for him. He was excited to get back here tonight. So we'll hope he can get that figured out and get back in with us in the broadcast booth here soon. Right now, I can just babble away, but little do you guys know, we're almost halfway through this race, as the 71 of Daniel Love is going to come across the line here. We'll complete lap number 17, now on lap 18, so only 22 laps to go from here. Sorry, 23 laps to be completed, which, man, at this pace will probably be... I have to say then, I know 75% fuel, maybe I thought these trucks would have worse fuel mileage. assuming they haven't wrecked, the top 9, you know, haven't had a need to pit. So for that reason, we've got guys might be able to make it on just one stop if they can try to stretch it here to lap, you know, just after lap 20. And then Jimmy Rowdy, he's found his way back behind James Wagoner. The last time he was by him going through the bus stop, they made contact. He lost a ton of time. You see, he just like, I'm going to back off really early through here, and I'll try to attack him from a different way. Let's go ahead and jump on board here with Rowdy and see what is his truck experiencing right now. Yep. Jimmy's driving his heart out. He is pushing it. I mean, he is aggressive downshifting. He's doing everything he can to try to catch up to that 30 truck. I love it. You can't ever just simply be content. This is our closest battle on track, so we'll hang on with these guys for just a little longer here. If you guys got any questions in chat as well, be sure to let us know. Next week, we'll actually go ahead and, while we're at it, go grab what will be the next week's race. Find it here. There we go. Watkins, Glen. Oh my goodness, we're going to Vegas next week. That's one of my favorites. Trucks at Vegas. Oh my goodness, so much fun. The amount of grip, but yet you still have to watch how you use those tires, because that tires will get eaten up at that Las Vegas track. So we had some exciting racing here this last week for NASCAR, so we'll be excited to also bring that same caliber of racing to Las Vegas. And I got 14 trucks tonight. Maybe some drivers scared of the road courses, but I fully expect a 20+ truck field next week. If not, I'm hanging up the microphone and I'm jumping in with these guys. This track is too much fun not to be there for. And I mentioned earlier at the top of the broadcast, actually, we'll go ahead and go over that while we see if these drivers can, Jimmy Rowdy can make this pass on James Wagoner, as they are slowly closing in on that 00 Steven Shu as well, just in front of them. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's Jeffrey Ledford. No, Steven Shu's 3 seconds ahead, so that's still a little bit further away. But I mentioned with the rain, so for those of you that don't know, iRacing on yesterday, they put out a massive update. I think it was like 10+ gigs if you did all of it, which I always do for just broadcasting reasons. Never want to show up and have to update something last second. Oh, here it is, Jimmy Rowdy. He's gonna make his way to down pit lane. He's gonna pit it right in the middle of the point, as Daniel Love did as well. James Wagoner stayed out, so he'll actually be able to lead a lap. We'll have somebody else lead a lap for tonight's race that isn't named Daniel Love. And yeah, they're split it perfectly right down the middle. Try to get 4 fresh fuel goods and get on out of there. But anyways, mentioning, so yes, iRacing did in fact add rain. So it was a massive undertaking. I mean, it took, I talked about it for so long, the amount of work it took. I mean, it's car dependent, you know. They have it where it's time can move, of course, where it's pouring rain, then it stops, you know, where the track is affected by it. They were putting out some stuff on, of course, on their socials with seeing it at Sebring, which is, it's so funny because I you know, decided, I was talking with some of the drivers earlier, how I want to work on my road racing, and got a couple of buddies where we plan on doing the Sebring 12, and now we're almost certain we're going to find rain for it. So we don't have to worry about it here because when you set up your own session, as you do see our leader now, James Wagoner, coming down pit lane. When you set up your own session, it will on its own determine, or you can determine whether you want the weather to be static, which means it will not change, as the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series has it currently set up for, or dynamic, where it can change on its own, in which rain could become a factor. Well, the 71 really overdrove the second to last turn there, which is one that I'm always overdriving. You have to wonder if, especially these cold tires, some of these drivers might be struggling a little bit to get through with the cold tires. Right now, Daniel Love is still in second because Chris Ramsey, he's going to go ahead and stay out an extra lap. So we'll have to see how that may or may not affect him. Okay, no, I get it, Duke. Yeah, I love going on board with these drivers. So much fun. As you do see our leader now, Chris Ramsey, making his way down pit lane. We'll jump on board, jump over. Apologize, I had to sneeze. Don't want to do that on broadcast. Where we're over here now with Daniel Love, so he'll assume the lead now with a 7-second lead over Steven Shu. Now, I don't know what happened to Steven Shu on his in lap and out lap, but Jimmy Rowdy and James Wagoner gained a ton of time, so I don't know if he was just being extra cautious. I mean, his pit time was only 0.4 slower than Jimmy, so shouldn't have given up that, big 3 or 4 seconds he had on him, so he lost a lot of time. And yes, I love the mechanics of the stuff. I'm not a mechanic. I went to school in high school for it, grew up with it, so I'm mechanically inclined, as one would say. I'll do most of my own stuff, but setting up a car, I couldn't do it. I also just don't have the attention span for it. Well, luckily, that's why we have our fixed setup leagues. Awesome, if you're a truck driver, I love saying this as a truck driver, that I just got another truck simulator just because this is awesome times. I didn't just get it, I had it for a while, but it's a lot of fun as well. Aside from that, we'll go ahead and get away from that. Now, with 18 laps to go, actually, we're going to be about 17 laps to go now here as Daniel Love is about to cross the line. So, let's see, I want to go through the field here we'll wait until about 15 laps to go. We'll go through the field one more time, because then, of course, we'll do so there at the end of the broadcast. We'll actually just go ahead and enjoy. Steven Shu is going to pull away a little bit from Jimmy Rowdy and James Wagoner, as the two of them are working feverishly around each other as usual. Rowdy getting around James Wagoner, which is a big boost for him, because, he was just stuck behind James, and cost him there in the bus stop earlier. Then he got a little bit, worried in the bus stop. He was a little bit safer, where he's not pushing it as hard. Those things, they can really affect you as a driver. So getting past him, that's just clears your mind and move you on to the next driver. It's about 1.7 seconds behind Steven Shu. Although getting through the bus stop, he gained a full 10th, and if not a 10th and a half through there. So really strong bus stop for Rowdy, or just not a very good one for Steven Shu. And then we do have 19 drivers currently on the lead lap. Matt Worrell would be the next driver in danger of going a lap down. You see Daniel Love just a few seconds behind him. Matt's had his adventures of an evening tonight. Daniel Love, let's see, he's got a nice. Let's see what is his lap time here. Almost a 1:16, which is pretty slow for him on what has been quick laps for him. Steven Shu, he put his fastest lap the previous lap, where these drivers, now that they're a lot more comfortable, they have 20 plus solid non-stop laps under them, where they get into that rhythm, which is another thing I was talking about with some of these drivers, is how Watkins Glen is a very rhythm track, where you just get into that rhythm of, all right, hit your marks, keep going, what you got to do, keep racing the track. If you pass somebody, awesome. If you don't, well, no, well, we're not road racers here, so you're just trying to make it through another evening. And then you say, well, Angel, if you're saying, well, we're not road racers and, you know, you're just trying to make it through, why put it on? It's still darn fun racing, you know. You can't discredit it whatsoever. And it's always fun to put drivers with different abilities, you know, different skill sets onto tracks that they're not used to, something that they're not, you know, necessarily comfortable with. And, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not much of a road racer, and I'm working on my road racing. So it's just fun, something to broaden your horizons and really get to also enjoy what more the iRacing service has to us, because the rain was a massive, massive undertaking, again, as mentioned, for them, but the rain wasn't made for oval. You know, it has nothing to do with oval, you know? It was made for the road racing, and that's what's nice, you know, that we broadcast a lot of this oval stuff, and then, you know, we have a couple of road racing here and there, but, you know, iRacing has so much road stuff, and of course, you know, you have your dirt oval and your dirt road, you know, but so much to enjoy about the iRacing service, which is, well, that's what we're all here for. So if you don't have one, you want one, let us know. We'll get you a referral code. That way you get some credits as well. But coming down here, well, just now under 15 laps to go. We'll go over our drivers here and a little bit of a rundown. Daniel Love, still your leader, had led most of the race today. Steven Shu in second, having started in second, still running. Jimmy Rowdy now up to the third position. He'd really like to try to get second to really minimize the damage that Daniel Love is going to do by pulling away in the point standings coming into tonight's race. James Wagoner there in the fourth position is currently your biggest mover of the race, up 3 spots from his 7th place starting spot from the driver from North Wilkesboro. His father is the owner of James Wagner's Welding, so that's the one we're going to be shouting out tonight for his big support of the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. Oh, James got a pretty good run there, Jimmy, going into turn 1. 5th place is Matthew Ace from Roaring River, North Carolina, as mentioned. Chris Ramsey in the number 13 truck. He's down 3 spots from his 3rd place starting spot, so he's just trying to make up what's been an unfortunate evening for him. Mostly so because he was probably, I know he was excited to hopefully run top 5. So he's got about 5 seconds behind Matthew Ace to try to go and catch him. But he's going to have some work to do. Matthew Ace just put down his personal best of the evening. Tim Richardson, he's up to the 7th position here in his number 2 truck. Andrew Smith still solidly there in 8th, not losing, not gaining. Oh, actually, no, he should be gaining, but he's not losing anything to those drivers behind him. And then you have Matt Worrell, who's still in front of your leader, just trying to hang on. I know he would definitely love to say that he was able to stay on the lead lap. And then, let's see, Chad Hawkins, he is off of the lead lap, currently 1 lap down there in the 10th position. Jeffrey Ledford, Larry Fairman, Jonathan Vandenberg, and Matthew Gall, they have all retired from today's race. As right there, the number 79 of Matt Worrell, he's going to let your leader go by, and then he's going to lose it there, and the S is right behind and hit the wall. Oh my goodness, one of the worst spots to do that. Now he's going to come back across in front. You have some of the trucks coming. He does a great job, locks the brakes up, and stays right off to the side. Great job on him. And now here we go. Jimmy Rowdy is exactly what I said. He is eager. He needs to get to 2nd place to minimize the damage of Daniel Love pulling away in the point standings. Jimmy's all about being a champion here this season in season number 3. And he is hot on Steven Shu's trail. We're going to hang on here for a little bit as Steven Shu goes really wide there in the carousel. Let's see, does that give him at least a decent run down the stretch? But no, not really. Jimmy's got a nice run. And here's Jimmy looking to the inside in the penultimate turn of Watkins Glen with 13 laps to go. Now Jimmy's going to be in the not preferred lane. Steven Shu, however, can he put the power down? Both of them are struggling to do so, and just like that, Jimmy's going to clear for 2nd. Put Jimmy up there in the 2nd position. Steven Shu falling to 3rd. And, well, Daniel Love saying, man, I want to go dominate a race. I don't need the guy behind me in points to also finish 2nd. But it'd be good for Rowdy there to try to make up some of those points. As now Steven Shu is under attack from the 30 of James Wagner. Oh, these drivers do make it very, very enticing, Duke. I love. That's why I said sometimes I just want to get out of here and I want to be out there racing with them. But we got to broadcast it still, so everybody else can enjoy. If you haven't already, like I always mention, like, share, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Get those bell notifications running so that you can see what else goes on here or on the Sim Racing Media Network. We have plenty of action that goes on during the week. Like I mentioned, tomorrow we'll be on with Racers Elite in over at Auto Club. Give me just a moment. If I know what I'm doing, I'll be able to check it out and let you know what we're racing. Let's see, Thursday. Oh, we're at the next gens. All right, that'll be a ton of fun. That's gonna get started at 7:45 Eastern. 75% fuel like these guys. One faster pair as well. Only one green white checker they'll be given, and let's see, that'll be. That'd be a lot of fun. All right. Anyway, aside from that, as we now have 11 laps to go here in this race, we're just about done here. Unbelievable how quickly these races just go. I mean, it is just they just fly. And again, because you don't have any of your any cautions, you have a little bit less drivers. It really allows you to just extend. And honestly, as a driver, it's nice to have these races. It is so nice to just have a nice long green race. You can just try to hit your marks, and then you're happy with wherever you're finished at that point. Mostly, maybe top 5, maybe top 10. Everybody else might not be. Duke, we are always looking for people for great commentators to come join us here on the Sim Racing Media Network. Right now, Jimmy's. Oh, you know what? I completely missed what happened to Jimmy there. We're talking, and just a few moments ago, Jimmy Rowdy lost 10 seconds. Oh my goodness! Let's see what all happened to Jimmy. Yeah, not too much action going on, unfortunately. All these drivers strung out. Oh, yes, he's going to wheel hop it going into one, and that's just enough to lose it. Unfortunate there for Jimmy Rowdy. That's really, really going to hurt for him. He was making good moves and made it up to the second position, had started back in 5th, so he's up 3 spots, was our biggest mover at the moment. But right now, we'll go ahead and jump in with our closest battle that we do have on track, which is between Steven Shu and James Wagoner. Yeah, well, and that download actually did cause some of these drivers not to be able to make it for tonight. Again, as large of a download that it was, and not everybody has an opportunity to be on every night where they can afford to get it downloaded and then be prepared for tonight. Sometimes, everybody's got a life. We got a job we got to go, we got to. So sometimes it's come home, get logged in, and get racing. So I know we did have a couple of drivers tonight missing because of just the sheer size of the download and not being able to get it done in time. You do see here, I think that is Chad Hawkins moving off to the side for both Steven Shu and James Wagoner. So Steven Shu has pulled himself a little bit of a ways, now up to almost a second in front of James Wagoner. So he's just trying to now hit his marks, pull away. Now, interesting enough, they've only got about just under 5 seconds to Daniel Love. Daniel Love's times have really dropped. They're at 1:16. With 8 laps to go, I know he's probably going to have some time to take it a little bit slow. And while Steven Shu and James Wagoner got really close together in one, but I'm thinking from far away, that was maybe James just over driving that turn. Nonetheless, he was still able to gain about 3, almost 4 tenths on Steven that time around. Or through that turn, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is a bummer for sure. But you know what? He's got 13 seconds in front of Matthew Ace. He's got a clean truck. He didn't junk it. 10 seconds behind James Wagoner. You know, you're not really catching someone a second a lap at this point, so he's gonna have, of course, need some a miracle for some extra spots. But also at this point for him, it's just hit your marks as well. You know, just go slow, keep it calm. I mean, that last time around was definitely one of those calm laps, just piecing it together, as you see what Daniel Love has been doing. So a lot of these drivers trying to hit their marks, but other ones just, you know, hey, I just want to make it to the end of the race. I'm really happy with the position I'm in right now. You are absolutely right, Duke. So much can happen, which, I mean, we saw it just there to Rowdy, where, you know, he was running up there in second. One slight mistake cost him from second to fourth. So with now 7 laps to go, the number 71 truck, your leader, he's definitely clinched the most laps led tonight, and we won't mention the last time that he did that. But while he finishes it this lap, we'll have 6 to go just after, so we'll hit our final commercial break here of the evening. Just go ahead and pay the bills here on the Sim Racing Media Network. We'll be right back, everybody. Alrighty, we are back here live from Watkins Glen International. Oh, did Jimmy have another issue? He actually made his way down pit lane here. Oh, I guess maybe he did have some contact with the wall at one point, but I didn't think so. It looks like maybe there is some damage, so he might just have to use his fast repair here. As he'll fall behind Matthew Ace and Tim Richardson. So unfortunate there for Jimmy Rowdy. It's going to cost him big time in the points. So he'll be looking to make up some of those points next week at Las Vegas. Daniel Love coming across here for what will be 5 laps to go. I also realized we haven't had an opportunity to give a nice good turn it up session for these drivers. So, or for all of our fans. So with 5 to go, we'll give it a moment. Enjoy this. We'll try to get as close to action as we can on possible on track. But let's get some good action here. All right, we're back here. We'll go back over to the YouTube chat where a little bit of discussion on if Jimmy took 2 tires. Let's stop Jimmy. No, he was in his pit stop for a full amount of time, so he definitely would have taken 4 tires there and whatever damage repair he was looking at getting as well. So Jimmy definitely needed those 4. I mean, may as well, you're already on pit lane for those 4 tires. And Duke, yes. So when you talk about these kind of gaps, not just on the top of the field, but throughout the entire field, that's exactly. We'll jump back here to still what is our battle on track. That's exactly what it is. You beat yourself kind of races, and it happens so often. Oh, hold on here. Yeah, it happens so often in these races where everybody does truly beat themselves. I mean, and I say it from past experience because it's what I constantly do. I think I had my first mistake-free Watkins Glen race maybe about a month and a half ago, and actually in the Gen 6 cars, and it resulted in stunningly top 5 finish at Watkins Glen. But it was only because the drivers in front of me did have those issues where, I finished in front of drivers that were by far and away faster than I was. And when I say I didn't make mistakes, 1x off the track didn't count. I just didn't hit the wall, I didn't lose it, smack something, destroy the truck, or destroy the car, which it's something that happens so much to me, where I've learned that in these nice long races, just be calm. Let the drivers hurt themselves where you can make up the time, no problem. Again, if you make up some spots because of it, awesome. If not, don't worry about it. You really don't have the wherewithal to be trying to race each other on a track like this, and because you're struggling so much already as a driver, at least for me, because again, you come from the oval background, you're not much of a road racer as much as you can love it. I just not good at it, so it takes a lot of patience, a lot of learning. And it's funny because you don't have to be as aggressive. You're not supposed to be as aggressive, but it almost feels like as well at the same time you gotta be aggressive, entering these turns, hitting your marks, hitting these corners. And that's what makes these drivers as good as they are. I mean, look at this. You got Daniel Love now with a 4.3 second lead. And with still so much that can happen here over the final 2 laps. Shout out to Steven Shu, who is really, that last lap, him and James Wagoner gained a second on Daniel Love. I mean, they are driving the wheels off of these things. They want at least the opportunity that if Daniel has the slightest slip up, they can be there to strike. And that's another thing. You have to be in the right position. It's not just being, not just being fast. This is how luck works into this. You have to have some type of luck into it, but you got to put yourself in the right position as well, because you're not just going to luck into everything. Here it is, white flag, final lap. We're going to cross the line, completing lap 39 on the lap 40 for Daniel Love, your pole sitter. We're going to stick with him here. You're going to see a little bit of the battle between Steven Shu and James Wagoner behind. Yes, being a safe driver and winning in the truck. Okay, see, so you know exactly what you mean. Now, however, that's what we're talking about when it comes to races like a road course. Now, when other tracks with the trucks, you can be so aggressive, but also as well, we mentioned tire saving in some of those other tracks. We'll see that at Las Vegas next week quite a bit. But right now, these drivers, Daniel Love, he doesn't care about tire saving. He's got a plan. All right, we're coming now through the penultimate turn for Daniel Love. Here it is. He's coming off the final turn after just heartbreak for Daniel at Dover last year. Give it to him. Daniel Love dominates from the pole, and he's winning here at Watkins Glen in the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. He's going to get that monkey off of his back. He called it. He told me yesterday he called it. I'm coming for Watkins Glen. And unbelievable. Wow. Oh my goodness. This is a driver, and I would love to bring him in now, but we're going to give him a moment, enjoy himself with his teammates. He's got to celebrate with them. Get him nice to the backstretch here. Oh, Ty Trafford. He was trying to make it in time for the updates, and his son turned his computer off. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. Yeah, those flashing lights. All right, let's go ahead and bring your winner in. Daniel Love, winner of Watkins Glen, round 6 for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. You're going to do it in dominating fashion. Daniel, talk me through your race today.
Well, I'm catching my breath, but how about that?
Oh my goodness! I said it. You called it. You called your mark yesterday when you messaged me. You said, "Man, I love Watkins Glen, and you just love it, and it's your place." So, what's going through your head now, man? What you got going on through your mind?
I'm just happy I finally got a league race. This means more than official races.
Oh yes, without a doubt.
This is awesome.
Yeah, league races are by far and away above official races, because league races, you're with everybody every week, and it's nice because the other drivers also see that development in you, and you're gonna have a lot of people happy for your victory tonight.
Oh yeah, several of them have already said something to me. Thank you to. Sorry, the crew chief is talking to me. Doug Wagner. I thought Steven was going to have me, honestly. But everybody on this league is awesome, and all of our sponsors. Everybody watching. I had a list. I can't think of where I put my list, but my brothers. Again, Chad and Chris. Want to thank them for inviting me to the league, and everybody how inviting they are to the league and welcoming. Carlos for watching every single week. I don't know who else.
The Delana?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you to her too.
Yes, she's always watching. She's always cheering you on. She jumps in the chat with us every once in a while to make sure that somebody's rooting on the number 71. So, her and Carlos as well.
Thank y'all for thank everybody for watching. I haven't done a burnout yet.
Yeah, we're waiting for it. I was said, we'll give you a moment, but you gotta go do your burnout here. So. Well, congratulations again. We'll let you do your burnout, and let's go ahead and start knocking these off the way Jimmy Rowdy did last season after that first victory and getting that monkey off his back.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel. Congratulations again. We'll see you next week at Vegas.
Looking forward to it.
All right, that was your winner tonight here in Daniel Love. We're gonna go ahead and bring in now Steven Shu. There he is. All right, we've got Steven Shu here with Foothills Motorsports, carrying the banner here tonight with Chris Barker, teammate, having to miss out. Steven, gonna come home in second place. How's that feeling?
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride at Watkins Glen. I can't never get a W here. I mean, I do it for the dub, but Monday I got second. Tonight I got second.
Oh, man. It hurts, but you know what? Second still isn't the worst in the world either, Steven. Walk me through tonight's race, and could there have been anything that you could have done different, I guess, to get that W?
Yeah, I could have put in a little bit more practice coming right out of the Gen 6 car straight over this. There's a lot of different braking points and gear changes. I mean, so I fought all day Tuesday. You know what happened Tuesday? The big rain update. Yeah. So there was no real practicing happening that day. Then by the time we got it all settled out, there was a lot of bugs and stuff in it. The reason Barker's not here tonight, this new update has got his CPU just freaking out.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so didn't get much practice in, maybe an hour or so, just to kind of hit some braking points and gear points. Shout out to Dougie there. I mean, he had second multiple times. Right there at the end, I kept just giving it up. I had to tell myself, calm down. I lost Jeffrey a little bit later in the race. He wound up getting loose and blowing his motor, and so I'm sitting in a room by myself, nobody to chat with, nobody tell me to keep it calm, keep it collective, and I'm in here by myself and
just screaming away.
Yeah, Jimmy gets out in front of me, and then he gets loose. I'm like, please no. Then the lap car gets loose in front of me. I I said, it just ain't meant to be. And I had Daniel Love down to like 3.9 a couple of times. And if I would have been able to chance it a little more, I think I could have run him on down and got a little closer. I doubt I could have took the win from him because he was on point. But I'll tell you right now, I was not hitting my marks like I needed to.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right with Daniel Love, and you'll hear me mention it in the broadcast, but he messaged me yesterday or a couple days ago. He said, Watkins Glen is my house. So he came prepared to win tonight, Steven. So I think if you're going to lose to somebody, you lost to somebody who messaged your broadcaster 2 days earlier to tell him he was winning. So
I'd love to see. Now, this was what was supposed to happen. Chris Barker is our road course guy. If you know, he got the win. Yes. He got the win here last year. He's hit down in the 113s in the trucks before, which is ungodly under practice. But we put a ton of practice in the Gen 6s. Then we switched over. Then the update hit. I wish Chris could have been here. I couldn't give it. I mean, I'd gave anything for him to be in here and me take third or fourth because I think it would have been an awesome race between him and Daniel tonight.
Yeah, it would have been, and I know what you mean because I too had in the same week going from next gen to trucks, then to Gen 6 all at Watkins Glen. So I feel the pain on that one.
Oh yeah, but Dougie had me there multiple times. He gave me the bump and got me a little loose and luckily Dougie's one of the most respectful drivers out there. I got to give him a shout out. I mean, he had it multiple times. He seen where he had me. I mean, if he really wanted to get underneath me, he could have threw it underneath me and took it. But I didn't close no doors on him. Me and Dougie, we normally race pretty clean together. And, got to give a shout out to Jamie, the owner of Wagner's Welding. We couldn't do it without him. He sponsors this. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is Jamie's house.
Absolutely.
Definitely got to give a shout out for Timmy. Timmy didn't make it Monday. We missed out on him. But, this league wouldn't be what it is without Timmy. Timmy does a ton of work behind the scenes. He does a lot of stuff. Got to give a shout out to Ruff-Neck. Got to give a shout out to everybody, that supports me. And especially the ones downstairs, the wife, the kids, and everybody to let me come home from work and have my rig set up and ready. I don't know if you know about this. On Wednesday night, guys, at 7 p.m., I'm still at work.
Wow.
Yeah, I work for the cable company, so I normally roll in, peel off the lineman boots, strip down, put my racing shoes on, and sit down in the rig with like 5 minutes of practice left.
Man, that's cutting it close, and out here, and it's nice to still be able to come home and be able to enjoy that, and to have the support as well. So nice, awesome way to shout out the family, because you couldn't do it without their support either.
Oh yeah, I'll be on the lookout for my son probably next season. I'm building him a rig as we speak, so you'll liable to see another green car popping in pretty soon. We'll
be excited to see that. Absolutely. Not the first time I've been able to broadcast a father-son duel, so I'll be excited for that one. And you did get a shout-out as well from a Roman Noodle on YouTube. You just said good job to Love Shoe and Dougie. So
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, next week we head to Vegas, so good luck. And
hey, Angel, this has been my best season so far. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I've got a car up front every week.
And that's what matters. And you keep putting it there, and that consistency, that's all that you can truly ask for, isn't it?
Yep. Thank you, and a shout-out to Foothills for being there behind me.
Absolutely. Good. Congratulations again there, buddy. We'll go ahead and move him on over, give him an opportunity. Let's go ahead and bring in now Dougie, James Wagner in that number 30 truck. Going to bring it home in the third position, but, man, you were battling hard. Looked like you might have second a couple different times there.
Yeah, I was just trying to take it easy. I just wanted to finish the race, try to get a podium, try to keep it on the track. I was happy with that.
Well, I mean, you did get a shout out as well there from Steven. He said that, he tried, he's like, it's like I was trying to throw it away, and, James is just too respectful of a driver to really move me to do it, but so he was appreciative of the good, clean racing that you guys got to have tonight. 40 laps, how are you feeling after 40 laps straight at Watkins Glen?
I feel good. I feel like I can do another 40.
You feel like I can do another 40? I'm calling you up then when I at 2 a.m. for the Sebring 12 then.
Hey, just call me. I'll be ready.
Oh, we're just talking about, we're going to be prepared for the rain now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My buddy told me, he's like, Andrew, you live close enough. Go let me know where the puddles are at.
Yeah.
Dougie, next week we head to Las Vegas. Is that something that you feel is in your warehouse? How's that going to work out here for James Wagner?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about going into it. I like the track pretty good.
It's tracked with a lot of tire wear.
Oh yeah, but I've had a lot of practice over the past couple months, so I think
that's what matters.
Yeah, it's just like Watkins Glen here. I'm not a road guy, and I don't know. This past week, it's like every race I've been in has been this track, and starting to feel pretty good about it. So,
I mean, you strike me typically as one of those drivers you really like to get into your rhythm. I mean, and Watkins Glen truly is one of those rhythm tracks that we mentioned earlier. So we appreciate it. I always love getting to talk to you. You know, you keep knocking these top threes off, and you know we're gonna see you in victory lane here soon. So
yeah, I hope so one day.
I mean, these consistency is key. I mean, and you keep putting it up there. You know, everybody in the chat, you know, they keep supporting you as well. So before we let you go, let us know who you'd like to thank for tonight, and we'll let you go celebrate another podium.
Well, I like to appreciate y'all guys for the broadcast. James Wagner's Welding, which is my father. All my teammates, Matt Gall, Jeff Scott, Timmy Richardson, Jimmy, Matt Barker, Ace, just all them guys. I mean, we put in a lot of work together, and that's what we love to do. So, and also, I hate that Matt Gall, one of my teammates, and Jeff Scott couldn't make it in tonight because of the new download. Or, you know, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now, really. Because those are two fast guys. Plus Chris Barker with Foothills, he couldn't make it in because of the downloads. So, and he's another top contender. So, I guess I just got lucky, but I hate it for those guys.
Hey, you know what? I mentioned earlier, you need some luck too every once in a while. So go ahead and put yourself in the right position when it comes to it.
Oh yeah, but I'd love to have had them in here though. I mean,
that's true. Yeah, but hey, you know what? Good racing. It's always fun to have at Watkins Glen, and you know what? You put on a show there with Steven there for the final 10 laps, I think. So you know, if it wasn't you and him, it was you and Rowdy. So we enjoyed it. I mean, you were the center of action for a good portion tonight. So we're appreciative and enjoy the podium. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right. Well, that was James Wagner. Very happy to always get an opportunity to talk with him. The race is over. The entire session has closed. So let's go ahead and at least bring in our results for everybody. Daniel Love gonna win. Stephen Shue in second. James Wagner in third. Matthew Ace gonna recover there in fourth. Tim Richardson, top 5 for Tim. Nice job for you, buddy. Chris Ramsey in sixth. Jimmy Rowdy would come back up in seventh. Matt Worrell in eighth. Andrew Smith in ninth. Chad Hawkins going to round out your top 10. Jeffrey Ledford in 11th. Larry Fairman in 12th. Jonathan Vandenberg in 13th. And then Matthew Gall was not able to start the race. He would finish out the field there in 14th. I want to thank everybody again for joining us here on the Sim Racing Media Network. We are so appreciative. We're sorry that you guys missed Sam again tonight. You know, he's missing you as well. Just I'm assuming maybe the update had a little bit of an issue with his laptop. So we appreciate everybody as always for jumping in. Thank you so much for the compliments and jumping in and chat with me and making this possible. We do very much appreciate it. As always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Get those bell notifications running so that you can continue to listen to all of us here on the Sim Racing Media Network and myself for tomorrow as I do the Racers Elite at Auto Club in the Next Gens. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week from Sin City in Vegas. Have a good night.